Good morning. Good morning to you, families, friends, faculty, staff, and most especially the members of the Radford University class of 2016. On behalf of all these wonderful graduates, I am pleased to convene the Radford University Spring Commencement Ceremony. Please stand. Well, we're already there, I think, most of us. Please stand for the national anthem, sung by Associate Professor of Music and Director of Choral Activities, Mr. David Castangway. David is retiring at the conclusion of this semester. David, congratulations to you, and thank you for your more than 30 years of sharing your talent with us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
David, thank you. You and your talent will be missed here at Radford University. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated, and we'll start our ceremony. To our graduates, on behalf of everyone at Radford University, I offer my deepest congratulations. To be seated here today to receive your diplomas, your degrees, all of us are so proud. This is quite an accomplishment. Now I want to introduce to you the members of what we call our platform party. I am particularly honored to welcome our commencement speaker, United States Senator and former Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Honorable Mark R. Warner. I could have added he's one of my former bosses too. So I'm delighted to have him come back and be with us today. We have several members of our Board of Visitors here today, and I'm going to ask that each one stand as they call their name. If everyone could reserve their applause until I get through naming all of the rest of the party here on the platform. First of all, behind me, Anthony, you'll have to step over. Anthony Bedell, who is the rector or the chairman of our Board of Visitors. Mary Campbell, who has 2 degrees from Radford University, her bachelor's degree in 71 and her master's degree in 71. A.J. Robinson, Krissa Chatra, Callie Dalton, another alumna, class of 1982, Ruby Rogers, Georgia Ann Snyder Falkingham, Mary Ann Hovis, class of 65, Mark Lawrence, Steve Robinson, bachelor's degree in 81, master's degree in 85. Dr. Jerry Cope, the faculty representative to the board, and Ms. Hannah Gullickson, a member of your class of 2016 and the student representative to the Board of Visitors. Please join me in welcoming these distinguished guests. We have some other guests on the platform also, and I will ask that they stand and be recognized. Dr. Joe Scartelli, our interim provost and chief academic officer. Dr. George Lowe, dean of the College of Business and Economics. Dr. Kenna Colley, dean of the College of Education and Human Development. Dr. Catherine Hawkins, dean of the College of Humanities and Behavioral Sciences. Dr. Orion Rogers, dean of the College of Science and Technology. Ms. Margaret Devaney, dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts. Dr. Kenneth Cox, dean of the Waldron College of Health and Human Services. Dr. Dennis Grady, dean of the College of Graduate and Professional Studies. Mr. Steve Helm, dean of the Library. Dr. Clarence Rose, professor of finance and the academic marshal for today's commencement ceremony, and Mr. Colby Bender, the president of the Student Government Association. Please join me in welcoming all of them. All of us, those of us here on the platform, the faculty seated to my left, and all of our guests, we are all here today for just one reason, and that is to honor and celebrate you, the Radford University class of 2016. As a mother of 3 recent college graduates, I know how proud our families are today, the families who are here with us. All of us here at Radford University, the members of the Board of Visitors, the university administrators, faculty, and staff, we are all committed to being student-focused and to the development of our students as mature, responsible, and well-educated adults. And this class of 2016 certainly exemplifies these characteristics. Let me give you a few quick facts about you, our graduating class. There's a total of 2,011 students who are graduating today. 94% of you are from Virginia. 26 other states are represented, and 26 nations are represented in this graduating class. You range in age from 20 to 60 years old, and we have 4 sets of twins in this class. You represent a total of 265 Virginia public school systems and 51 Virginia private school systems. You come from a total of 112 Virginia localities. That is 84% of all the counties and cities in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And lastly, 4 of our graduates are having their birthdays today, and I would like to invite them to stand if they're here. 4 of you. Thank you for allowing Radford University to provide you with your collegiate education experience. We are delighted that you have joined us, some of us for 4 years, maybe some for a little more, but you have reached this point today. We want to give you an opportunity, you students, to thank some very special people. You probably would not be here today without your parents and other family members and friends who have helped along the way, all of whom who have provided support and encouragement, maybe even some financial tuition payments along the way. Now it is your turn to show your family and friends how much you appreciate all that they have done for you. I'd like to invite the class to stand and try to recognize your families with your applause. We have another group of folks who have certainly helped you all along the path to today that we also want to recognize. Each of you have had dedicated and committed faculty who have made an impact on your life and helped you succeed, and whom you will remember for the rest of your lives. Could I please ask our faculty members to stand and let the students that are graduating recognize you? Thank you. It is now my privilege to present to you the Rector of the Radford University Board of Visitors, Anthony Bedell, who will bring greetings on behalf of the board. He will be followed by Dr. Jerry Cope, President of the Faculty Senate, who will be bringing greetings on behalf of the faculty. Rector Bedell.
Good morning. You ready to graduate? Come on, you can do better than that. Are you ready to graduate? Parents, are you ready for them to move home tomorrow? Very different reactions. Thank you, President Kyle. It's an honor and a privilege for me to be here today and bring you congratulations and greetings from the Radford University Board of Visitors. I know when you began this chapter of your life at Radford, it seemed as though this day would never arrive, yet here you are. This is your day and your celebration, so again, congratulations. It's been an honor for me to serve on the Board of Visitors, and in particular as rector this year. My first connections to Radford University were when my three sisters attended several years ago. While much has changed around campus, the commitments to the students and the student success remains the same, and BTs is still here. I recall the strong connections my sisters had to this school. Diane and Michelle, my twin sisters, graduated in 1994, and my youngest sister, Samantha, graduated in 2008. Then I know how they felt towards the school and the people here, and they still have connections, and many of the faculty also remember them when my sisters are here, so that's always nice when we come down and for our Board of Visitors meetings. It was also the reason when I was asked by Governor Bob McDonnell to serve you in this institution that I wholeheartedly said yes. As members of the Radford University Board of Visitors, we are committed to supporting you, the students, the faculty, the staff, families, and of course the generations of alumni who proudly call Radford University their alma mater. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Penny Kyle, who will be retiring as Radford University's president at the end of this academic year. Penny, your 11 years of leadership and your strong management have transformed this campus and positioned it to continue to serve generations of future Radford University students who will join today's graduates as alumni. So thank you, President Kyle. Because of our commitment, it is with tremendous pride that we commend you, the class of 2016, on your many accomplishments. Now, as alumni, you may go out into the world, serve your communities, and always be an ambassador for Radford, and also begin to donate to your foundations. That positive voice on behalf of your alma mater will go a long way to begin service to this institution when the next chapter of your lives begin. We look forward to seeing you back on campus very, very soon and often. Again, congratulations and thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of the over 400 faculty at Radford University, it's my privilege to offer my congratulations to the spring 2016 class. You know, faculty are somewhat strange in the sense that we really don't measure our own accomplishments in terms of what we do except through what you're able to do. So the fact that you're graduating, the fact that you have done well and getting able to watch you grow and develop and change over the 4 years you're here is one of our most rewarding accomplishments. So thank you on behalf of all of us for letting us be part of 4 or 5 years of your lives. You know that we always tell you you're a member of a very small and distinguished group. It's still an honor and a privilege to be a college graduate. You and your families and the state and the federal government have made significant investments in your education. I'm happy to report that those investments are likely to provide significant benefits as well. So what are those benefits? Well, like President Kyle, I have some statistics as well. I guess this is the statistics graduation, President Kyle. But I, as a faculty member, like numbers, as I'm sure you are accustomed to faculty liking numbers by now. But I came across a study recently that I thought was very interesting. I hope you'll find some of these numbers interesting as well. This was a study from the School of Economics and the Smith Policy Center at the University of Maine, and they compared what happens to people with bachelor's degrees. This is only bachelor's degrees, no graduate degrees, with high school graduates who never attended college. As you probably won't be surprised to learn, one of the first things they found was you're going to make more money. Show me the money, right? How much more money, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. You should make about $32,000 a year more in lifetime's earnings. If you discount that at a rate of 3% and take into account the foregone earnings that you had during college, the net present value of that is about $625,000. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. But the only number that you're going to experience benefit from is not your salary, because you're also about 24% higher to be employed through your lifetime. Good news, right? But the benefits are not just financial. There are some other numbers I thought you might find interesting. The likelihood of reporting your health to be either very good or excellent is 44% higher. Why, you ask? Well, you're much less likely to be a regular smoker, 3.9 times lower, actually. The incidence of obesity and heavy drinking are significantly lower. The likelihood of exercising, having a healthy diet. Okay, I went through that quickly and I'm not going back. The probabilities of seeking medical care appropriately are also significantly higher, but it doesn't stop there. Your life expectancy at age 25 is 7 years longer. The probability of you being in prison or jail is 4.9% lower. The probability of being married is 21% higher, and the probability of being divorced is 61% lower. And to sum it up with these particular statistics, the likelihood of you reporting being happier throughout your lifetime is significantly higher. So as you can see, a college investment is still one of the best investments you can make. I would be remiss if I didn't point out that it's also one of the best investments the state can make, or perhaps the federal government in some cases. From a financial perspective, how do they benefit? Well, you pay increased taxes on those increased salaries that you're going to be earning. But it's not just that you pay more taxes, you also use less public services. So how do we translate that into dollars? Well, over a lifetime, in terms of net present value, your taxes are about $275,000 more, and you use about $355,000 less in government services such as welfare or unemployment benefits. But as impressive as these numbers are, they're still not, I would argue, the primary benefit of your education. Because at its best, education teaches critical thinking, self-examination, and open-mindedness. It encourages you to explore new ways of understanding. It cultivates creativity and innovation. It increases tolerance, inclusivity, and diversity. As Nussbaum pointed out and summarized from the ancient Stoic notion of education, it is the process of liberating your mind from the bondage of habit and custom to produce people who can function with sensitivity and alertness as citizens of the world. So I hope as you graduate today, you will not only enjoy the personal rewards that come from your degree, I hope you will also continue to use your education to become global citizens and scholars. As faculty, it is our hope that you will create a world that overcomes religious and cultural differences, that protects the environment, that promotes peaceful and free societies, that ensures everyone in culture has the opportunity to enjoy a better quality of life. If you do that, then the world tomorrow will be a much better place because of you. May each and every one of you take chances, dream big dreams, work hard, live fearlessly, and create a future you'll be proud of. As the faculty of Radford University, we can't wait to see what you accomplish. Congratulations again to the graduating class.
Thank you, Jerry. Today I have the honor of announcing several recipients of awards to outstanding members of our academic community here. So as I call the awards out in the name, I would like to ask each award recipient to stand and be recognized and remain standing until all have been presented, and if we would hold our applause until the end. The first award that Radford University is making today is the Award for Administrative and Professional Excellence. This award recognizes an administrative and professional faculty member for distinguished leadership and superior service in his or her area of professional activity within the university. I am pleased to announce that the recipient of this award this year is Mr. John Leonard, Assistant Director of Student Activities. The Anna Lee Stewart Award for Contributions to Faculty Development recognizes faculty and staff who have contributed substantially to the professional development of their colleagues. The purpose of the award is to recognize those faculty and staff who contribute in exceptional ways to the teaching and learning environment here at Radford University. I am pleased to announce that the recipient is Ms. Olga Pogolarinsky, Associate Registrar for Curriculum at Radford University. The Distinguished Faculty Advising Award was created to recognize a teaching faculty member who demonstrates excellence in tending to this most important responsibility, and that is the academic advising of our students. I am pleased to announce that the recipient this year is Dr. Tara Phelps-Durr, Associate Professor of Biology. The Distinguished Service Award was established to recognize a faculty member whose service over an extended period of time has contributed significantly to the enhancement of our university's operations, our academic climate, and our sense of community. I'm pleased to announce that the recipient is Dr. Jerry Cope. The Distinguished Creative Scholar Award recognizes a faculty member who has a consistent record of creative contributions to his or her academic discipline. Creative scholarship is defined to include basic and applied research, artistic production, and the creation of original works. It is my privilege to announce that this year's recipient is Dr. Todd Burke, Professor of Criminal Justice. And finally, the Donald N. Dedman Distinguished Teaching Professor Award. The recipient of this most prestigious award must be dedicated to teaching as a primary function at our university. And this individual must demonstrate excellence in his or her teaching and also in the advising of his or her students. I am pleased to announce that this year's recipient is Dr. Jason Davis, Associate Professor of Biology. Please join me in congratulating all of these outstanding faculty and administrators. Congratulations, Jerry. It is now my great pleasure to recognize you, graduating students, who have received awards here at Radford. Would the following students, the students in the following categories, please stand and then be seated at the end of your category. I want to have all the Scholar Citizens and Scholar Citizen Fellows please stand. All of the Highland Scholars, please stand. All of our students who are graduating cum laude. All of our students who are graduating magna cum laude. And all of our students who are graduating summa cum laude. Thank you, thank you. The Outstanding Student Award is the most prestigious award that can be bestowed upon a Radford University student for excellence in academics and in leadership. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the students who have been selected as Radford University's 2016 Outstanding Students. Please stand when I call your name and remain standing until all the award winners have been presented. Freshman, Jonathan Charnock from Newport News, Virginia. Madeline Murchie-Bema from Alexandria, Virginia. Sophomores, Devin Jones from Ashland, Virginia, and Benjamin Marshall from Fredericksburg, Virginia. Juniors, Joya Garris from Boones Mill, Virginia, Chloe Hughes from Roanoke, Virginia, and our seniors, Helen Current from Radford, Virginia, and Hannah Gullickson from Evans, Georgia. And we have two graduate students, Holly Thomas from Vinton, Virginia, and Chris Wilson from Reiner, Virginia. Let's recognize all of these students. Thank you. I now invite the president of the Radford University Student Government Association, Mr. Colby Bender, to the podium.
Good morning. Morning. Congratulations to the class of 2016. Before I get started this morning, I just wanted to express some gratitude to a few people who have helped get me here and who have helped us along the way as well. And the first person that I want to express gratitude to is President Kyle. President Kyle has served her post with both grace and dignity, and we can honestly say, and I've said it once and I'll say it again, that we, the class of 2016, like the classes that have come before you, are truly yours. And we are honored to be the last class that graduates under you. Congratulations, President Kyle. The next group of people that I need to thank this morning is my family, who is sitting right here. My mother and my father gave me the opportunity, like my siblings, to be a first-generation college student. They have helped me with so much support along the ways, and I must thank them here this morning, and I must encourage you to do the same if you have the opportunity yet again here this morning as well. Please thank those who have helped you get to the place where you are sitting here today. Thank you. Please thank your families. Some of you may know that I've been in a long-distance relationship all throughout college. I stood on a stage similar to this about 4 years ago and told the love of my life, Elise Ann Edwards, that we were going to dream big and not let anything get in our way. I am here 4 years later to say the same exact thing, and she is sitting right here. Baby, I love you. We're going to dream big, and we're going to keep being successful the way that we have been. So thank you so much for being here to support me along the way. The last group that I have to show gratitude to here today is you, class of 2016. We have succeeded in accomplishing something that not many have the opportunity to do. We are entering into a world of uncertainty, but it's time that we lead, we trailblaze, and truly show the world what it means to be a Highlander. It may be difficult stepping foot in this world, but I would not want to walk with any other group than you. It is now my distinct honor to introduce to you today's commencement speaker. Senator Mark Warner is a humanitarian, a visionary, an entrepreneur, a leader, and a diplomat. He graduated from Rockville High School in Vernon, Connecticut, where he was class president for 3 years. He attributes his interest in politics to his 8th grade social studies teacher, who inspired him to work for social and political change. Senator Warner was the first member of his family to graduate from college, earning a bachelor's degree from the George Washington University thanks to part-time jobs and student loans. He then received a law degree from Harvard Law School in 1980, but decided to go into business. He ultimately helped co-found the cellular telephone company known today as Nextel. As a private citizen, Senator Warner helped create the Virginia Healthcare Foundation, which has provided healthcare to more than 600,000 underserved Virginians. In 2001, Senator Warner was elected the 69th governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia and served in that capacity from 2002 to 2006. From 2004 to 2005, however, Senator Warner chaired the National Governors Association, leading a national high school reform effort. In 2005, Time magazine named him as one of America's 5 best governors, although as Virginians, we can truly say he's number 1. Senator Warner's bipartisan, results-oriented approach resulted in Virginia being designated as the country's best managed state and the best state for business. Senator Warner was elected to the United States Senate in November 2008 and was reelected to a second term in November 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the senior United States Senator from the Commonwealth of Virginia and my personal hero, the Honorable Mark R. Warner.
Thank you. Colby, thank you very much for that introduction. I had a chance to meet Colby a couple weeks back when we brought him up and a series of other student leaders to D.C. to talk about student debt. I know you've got a bright, bright future. Only question your question about going to law school. But, you know, good luck. I know you're going to do great. President Kyle, members of the Board of Visitors, students, faculty, parents, most importantly, graduates-to-be. Today, we gather to celebrate the success of Radford University class of 2016. Congratulations, you've made it. Take a moment and look around. Pretty cool day for a graduation. You know, I'm delighted to be back at Radford. The last time I had an opportunity to speak at Radford's commencement was back in 2003. I was governor of Virginia at that point. At about that time, I had just reappointed Penny Kyle to continue to serve as director of Virginia Lottery, which provides a lot of resources to Virginia public education. 2 years later, still as governor, I was pleased to support her selection of president of this great university. Since 2005, President Kyle has overseen a remarkable growth in Radford's academic program, its campus, and most importantly for you, based upon those financial numbers, its educational reputation. Penny, I congratulate you on your leadership, your tenure, and wish you all the best in whatever you do in the future. Congratulations again, President Kyle. If you think back, Radford's first graduating class was in 1913. Young women came here to finish their high school education or to learn the arts of teaching or running a household. Today, this university is home to leading programs from physics to dance, from information technology to Appalachian studies. And like every part of America, Radford is more diverse than ever before, as was mentioned, with students from different countries. Radford has always been an institution that's been able to adapt to the needs of the day while holding on to what's important. That's a powerful lesson in an uncertain world. I'd like to share with you a few other lessons that I wish someone had told me when I graduated back from college, as Colby mentioned, first in my family to graduate from college, way back in the dark ages. When it comes to delivering commencement speeches, and I have done a few, I promise you this, I always try to follow the advice of that great British statesman, Winston Churchill, who said, "Be sincere, be concise, and be seated." So I will offer you graduates 3 quick pieces of advice, and I'll get out of the way so you can then continue to celebrate with your family and friends. That wasn't an applause line. As I mentioned, I was the first person in my family to graduate from college. And I knew that education meant that I would be able to do things and go places that my parents could only dream about. Today, you share that same promise, but it also comes with a responsibility. Your obligation is to strive, to reach, and not be afraid to fail. That is really the unique spirit that drives America. I know that on graduation day, the talk of failing isn't necessarily the first thing on your mind. But believe me, at least for me, some of the most important lessons of my life came from failure. Colby gave me this introduction that sounded like it was all a great straight line. Well, I remember getting out of law school, worked in politics for a year, decided I would go into business. I took my life savings, $5,000, invested them in a little startup company, went to work for that company, and in 6 weeks I helped that company go totally bankrupt. I then went into real estate and failed in that in 6 months. So at the ripe old age of 26, I had 2 business failures. I was flat broke, living out of my car, sleeping on my friends' couches. But something unique happened. I've exposed to a new opportunity, what at that point was the brand new industry of cellular telephones. Remember, all my law school classmates said to me, without question, "Warner, who wants a car telephone? Go get a real job." They're still practicing law. So I went on to found Nextel, and then the biggest venture capital firm in the Mid-Atlantic. Only in America could I have not 1, not 2, but 3 chances to get that shot at success. Going for it, being willing to fail, then picking yourself up and getting right back in the game, that is what truly is great about our country. Never forget that. In these challenging economic and political times, it's also too important that you recognize these new times demand some new thinking. Here's one more statistic that might surprise you. This year, you guys, the 80 million millennials between 18 and 34 bypass my generation, the baby boomers, as the largest age group in our country. And your generation has driven the million and one ways that technology and mobile apps have disrupted the old way of doing things. So as a country, as we navigate these changes, we also need to remember our shared responsibility to our community. And that's my second piece of advice. You're graduating during a time when our country's political and policy debates are pretty intense. I know most of you, when you turn on the news and see politics, you want to throw a shoe at the TV. I feel the same way, and I'm inside the TV. Oftentimes, it seems that we live in a nation that engages in too much confrontation and too little conversation. It seems that our civic dialogue is more often focused on political scapegoating than practical solutions. You graduates can access more information in your smartphone in one day than your parents or your grandparents could access in their whole lifetime. And while we've become better connected, unfortunately, we seem to be more divided. In this age of iPhone and iPad, it seemed to be harder and harder to look beyond the eye. Don't misunderstand me. Disagreement in a rigorous debate about the big issues of the day and the challenges we face is both healthy and appropriate. But no one in politics, and I mean no one, has a monopoly on virtue, patriotism, or the truth. All sides are guilty on occasion of unfairly demonizing their opponents. That's why it's so important to not make the mistake of confusing the constant bombardment of so-called news on our phones, Twitter, Facebook, even on cable TV for knowledge. I've gotten in trouble for saying this before, but you know and I know the truth is neither Fox News or MSNBC tell you the whole truth. As a recipient of a Radford degree, you have the responsibility to be engaged citizens, to make reasoned judgments for yourself. You owe it to yourselves to hold public figures accountable to the promises that we make. Whether it's a politician who promises to make another country pay to build a wall, or one who promises free college for everyone, or a chicken in every pot, or a free pony, it's your obligation as educated citizens to think clearly. If something probably sounds too good to be true, it probably isn't true. Because the tests we face as a nation are not easy, and quite honestly, the solutions aren't either. You have the power to decide whether a candidate's plan adds up fiscally or morally, whether it adds up to the total sum of our values as Americans. For America to remain a great nation of destiny, your generation must be prepared to think critically, to participate. Don't turn off the TV. Engage. And now, I come to my final piece of advice. This is the most important. Listen up. Call your mother. Because if you're honest, you didn't get here by yourself. So after this ceremony, call your mother, your father, your grandparents, your brother, your sister, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Seek out that special person who encouraged you to get here, especially if you're a first-generation student, and say thank you. Don't tweet it. Don't post it on Facebook. Actually go see him or call him and tell him thank you and tell him you love him. This is one of the most important days of your life. So graduates, that's it. 3 pieces of advice. Don't spend a lot of time worrying about your failures. You will fail, but in this country you can always pick up and try again. Second, remember, no matter how challenging our political times are, our country will always endure if you participate in democracy. And finally, never, ever, ever forget to call your mother. Congratulations, class of 2016.
We're letting him know that. Thank you, Senator Warner. I am personally grateful to you for your commitment to Virginians, your support of Radford University and college students both in Virginia and around the nation, as well as your friendship and your mentorship with me throughout the years. We all appreciate your service to Virginia and to our country. Thank you. Now I invite our interim provost and chief academic officer, Dr. Joe Scartelli, to assist in the presentation of candidates for graduation.
Thank you, President Kyle. One more time. Last night, the College of Graduate and Professional Studies held its spring commencement and hooding ceremony with Dean Dennis Grady presiding. 238 graduate students participated and received the Doctor of Nursing Practice, the Doctor of Physical Therapy, the Doctor of Psychology, Education Specialist, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Science, and Master of Social Work degrees. We also had our first graduate earning the MFA degree in Design Thinking. The Graduate College offers many challenging, accredited, and flexible programs that help students earn advanced degrees by putting theory into practice, developing competencies, skills, and confidence through the hands-on experiences and real-life world applications. Now, will the candidates for graduation in the Radford University class of 2016 please rise and remain standing? President Kyle and members of the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of all of the deans at Radford University, I nominate these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and Bachelor of Social Work.
In accordance with the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Radford University Board of Visitors, and upon the recommendation of the deans of Radford University, subject to the completion of all requirements, I am honored to confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and Bachelor of Social Work degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Congratulations, graduates. It's official.
Graduates, as we conclude our ceremony, we have one more order of business. And I see some of you might have already done this, but to make this official, your tassel, if it's on the right side, oh, Colby, Anna, this is you too. Flip it over from the right side to the left side, signifying your transition from students to proud alumni of Radford University. Congratulations. That looks pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you also stand for the singing of our alma mater and remain standing while the platform party recesses. Faculty will follow the platform party. Students and guests, please follow after the faculty and then proceed to your individual college ceremonies. Please note, students and guests of the College of Humanities and Behavioral Sciences, you are asked to remain where you are, and your ceremony will remain here and get underway very shortly. So College of Humanities and Behavioral Studies students, please do not leave when everyone else recesses. For all of the college ceremonies, we ask the audience to refer to the program which lists all of the college ceremony locations. Thank you very much.